Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan from M Games, and I'm going to be showing you how to export FBX files from Blender, like this, into Unity3D with rotation, scale, and location all set up to an object. Here's my default scene now. I have a cube, but I also have an empty object. So this is how I create that. We're going to press Shift and A, and then we're going to add in an empty. We're going to go with arrows, and by default this can rotate around and move. I don't want that, so I'm going to go to my objects panel. Then I'm going to go into transform locks. I'm going to lock everything because I do not want my center of the game world to move, scale, or rotate. Then I'm going to create a cube. I'm going to press G and then Z and 1 because I like it to be above my grid. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on my empty object. I'm going to go to the objects panel and X-ray because I like to see my empty. Then I'm going to select my cube, shift right click on my empty, Control P, and object. So that makes it a parent of the empty. And I'm going to rename this to player cube. Usually I don't worry about that, but for the sake of sanity, I'll just copy and paste that. Give it a default material. And we'll leave those alone. You don't really need to create a material, but I did anyway. Alright, select your cube, and then shift right click on your empty. We're going to go to File, and Export. And these are the settings that I use. Basically, I leave it at main, and selected objects. I change this to FBX unit scale. We want Z forward, and Y up. And then usually I have mesh and empty. You shift left click in order to toggle more objects or options. And then make sure you have experimental apply transform. Now we're going to go over to where where my Unity project is. 3D. I have tutorial models folder. Tutorial player cube 1, and I'm going to export. And we'll go over here and it should create our object. And I'm going to left click on the root of my scene. I'm going to drag that into the scene, and there we go. If I hold shift and control, well, let's grab the green area and then shift and control, it will snap perfectly to the grid. And we can even import that into Blender as well to see what's going on. So File, Import FBX. Of course, Z forward, Y up, experimental apply. And I believe that's all I changed. And if we click Import, you'll see we have a cube that's parented to an empty. And just to prove that it worked in Unity, we're going to left click on our tutorial player, go to inspector. And as you can see, we have a rotation on the y-axis, which we can reset here. Or maybe that's not. It's really not necessary. I mean, the main thing here is that your cube is rotated the right way. So if I change that. Let's just add another object. We'll add a cylinder. We'll move it up to the top, and then we'll change my pivot to median. Rotate it at 90. And make sure that you parent it to the empty. That's an important step. Then you can press A to select everything, and then shift click on your empty, making sure that that's your kind of parent, your active object on export. And as you can see, we have a cylinder that has a rotation, which if I go over here to Blender, then press Control A, rotation, and scale, which I guess I could have selected everything. And do the same thing, shift click on your empty, export. Then, as you can see, there is no rotation. There's position though, because the origin of your cylinder is at the center of your cylinder, not at the center of your scene. As you can see, the cube doesn't have a rotation, the scale is set to 1, and everything can be moved around if you need to. And there we go. Alright, thank you for watching, and I hope this helped you as much as it did me, and have a good day.